You too. What's the vibes? It's your man SuavenyV. We got Joe and Jada. I don't know my guy name. I forgot his name. I think he's something like a boxer, Eddie Hearn or something. I don't know who he is, but you can check him out on Joe and Jada. See, he's talking about they on Netflix now. So the titles ain't that crazy like it used to be.
On the biggest fights. He got the whole wave of boxing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for our partner, our guest, Eddie Hearn.
Thank you. Well, Eddie,
Welcome.
well, yeah. I've been around you 20, 30 times.
Yes.
We never got to speak.
Not really.
I mind my business. And when two friends or two people do business, and I personally don't understand the business, I just support the person and mind my business. Just love them and whatever the case may be. When I see you at the Belanga fights, you're responsible for taking him to where he got. I just be like, I respect him as a former fighter. We're like that. We're like rapper, superstar veterans that now we come on here and we talk like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles. So that's how we feel
About you.
we are. And so you're pretty much the same. Boxers trust you because you've been in boxing for so long and they think you'll look out for them. And we finally get to talk, right? The mean streets of the UK. You was a boxer at first.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you said something earlier when you were talking off camera about your kids. You said about your daughter, she's a Nepo babe.
Yeah.
Right? Which is really, I guess I am as well.
That's
That came from, I guess you guys would call a project, we call it a council estate, right? His dad was a bus driver, he came from no money. But he was like a real, again, what you guys might say, hustler in a sense of from a young kid, he just wanted to make money. His mum, my nan, my grandmother, she cleaned the houses of people with money. And he hated it. He was like, I want one of them, And he became a chartered accountant. He was one of the youngest ever to qualify to do so at like 19 because he thought being an accountant would make the money. Found his way through snooker, which you won't know about. Then he found his way into boxing. And he's a Hall of Fame promoter, my dad. So he's
a Hall of Fame promoter.
Correct. So big, he was one of the greatest boxing promoters from the UK. Never really came over to America, but, represented Leonard Lewis, Frank Bruno, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Azim Hamed, all of the top fighters of that generation.
I fucking love Nassim.
So does everybody. Everybody does.
I fucking loved him, man. I never missed a fight.
He was box office.
Remember he used to come in the flying carpet and shit?
He was doing that. Every entrance was
the biggest, like, at that time.
Yeah, he had so much ability, but, it's kind of like a lesson for boxing in that what happened with him, and you guys will see it in your industry all the time. You start to see they lose their head a little bit. And before
he's successful.
Yeah, a little bit, but just maybe ill-advised or just, sometimes you want to kind of push back from the norm of the industry, right? So you want to do it on your own. So next thing, he had like 6 or 7 brothers. Next thing, every brother has got a job within the team. And next thing, his business manager is this guy, one of the brothers, who, I don't know what he used to do, ran a
car seller.
Yeah, well, whatever, right? And you're sitting in a room like, so in my opinion, Naz never actually achieved what he could have achieved. And he was an unbelievable.
Yeah, have the right team.
Yeah, because when he went and fought Marco Antonio Barrera at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, that was like the big signature fight.
I think I was out there.
Barrera was in the mountains training up in Big Bear, and Naz was in La Quinta, or wherever he was, in the, by the tennis courts. All his brothers, all his family sitting there laughing up at the mountains, going, "We come up there." And then fight night comes, and that was Naz. But my dad promoted all of those guys, promoted the Barrera fight. He started promoting boxing when I was about 8 years old. So from 8, I was at every show. And I was just like the little kid who just got everywhere, you know. I'd carry the belts out for all the fighters. They're all my heroes. I'd sit in the gym. I'd watch the sparring, you know, that kind of stuff. And I'd see the arguments that my dad was having with Don King, Bob Arum. They were his competitors, right? I was in the room. I was listening. I was hiding. I was watching. I would see fighters, you know, go to hospital. I would see them break down in tears through victory. I'd see everything in boxing. When I got to like 12 or 13, I thought, no, I think I could be a fighter. And, you know, had a couple of amateur fights, nothing major. Because when I got to about 15, my dad always said to me, because he was petrified of me being the spoiled rich kid. He always said to me, you're my project. I said, thanks. He said, I'm going to build you the way that I would want to build my son in this world. And everything for me was about sport and winning. Like, that's how I grew up. Win, win, win. Whatever it takes, win. You work your bollocks off every day, 24/7. You're given nothing without hard work. This is his mentality. He said to me, and what I'm going to do is when you get to 18, I'm going to take you down the gym and I'm going to spar you and I'm going to beat you bad. And I'm going to just show you what the difference is from where I come from and where you come from. But it'll be a great education for you. But unfortunately for him, I was like 6'2" at 16. So he brought it forward by 2 years. And we went into the gym and we had like 8 ounces on in front of all the fighters. You know, he was trying to take my head off. And I ended up stopping him in like the 3rd round with body shots because he was just getting old. And he was so proud. Do you know what I mean? He was like, jeez. And it was in the paper. He couldn't stop telling the media, my son, I took him down and was sparring. And it was like, that's how I was raised. So I was raised in boxing. And I never wanted to be a boxing fighter. I probably wanted to be a fighter more than anything. But what I didn't know at the time was I was receiving all the education I needed from the industry to probably go on and do what I'm doing now. Because sometimes when I got into boxing promotion, which was about 16 years ago, people were like, what's this guy know about boxing? I'm like, mate, I've seen everything. Yeah, all years in my life I've been around boxing. Yeah, and I love it more than anything. My greatest passion.
I see it. Greatest UK boxer of all time.
Probably Joe Calzaghe. I mean, all-time strong, but this is a guy that was undefeated, like coming out to America, beat Jeff Lacey, beat all these guys. Probably not got the props that he deserved because he was from Wales. He was a little bit low-key, you know. Lennox Lewis, another great heavyweight.
Lennox hit me one time.
Yeah.
From the club mansion or some shit. I was playing with him and he hit me. Boom, playing around. I was like, fuck, this shit hurts.
Big, strong word.
He had a little body shot for no reason. You know, maybe Joe think he tough. Boom, I said, oh, shit, Lennox. Oh, what's the guy? I think they made a movie about him. I used to watch all his fights from the UK. Little Irish guy. He would get knocked down and get back up.
You talk about Nicky Ward?
Nicky Ward.
I mean, American Irish out of Boston, but he was the guy who had the wars with Gatti.
Oh, yeah, so he wasn't from the UK.
No, he was from Boston, but he's Irish. He's, you know,
Boston. He was Irish, though.
Yeah.
Fucking Nicky Ward, they would come over here.
It's a great film.
Let me tell you something. Ireland, they fucking come. For them fucking fights, you go to Madison Square Garden, you forget there's Puerto Ricans and blacks in New York. The fucking Irish come.
You know what? The best atmosphere I think I've ever witnessed was Madison Square Garden, Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano.
That's what I'm referring to.
Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm referring to.
One was like, I promoted that fight, right? And it was unbelievable.
Nah.
Half Irish, half Puerto
I forgot I was in New York. No, not even half. Like Irish had us.
Yeah, but I was trying to be nice.
You're trying to be generous. Puerto Ricans ain't buy them tickets like that. The fucking we walked up in there. I thought I was going to hear the bongos.
Yeah.
That shit was up. And they celebrate different overseas. They got some shit. You gonna stop it. They got the hooligans and shit. The motherfuckers they scream different. Yeah, but Mickey Ward, man, he was somebody I really, and Gotti.
Yeah.
You know, I don't gamble much, but one guy I don't gamble much, so much that I know who I gambled on. I told Gotti I lost about 2-3 times. He just would always get me like he was like a Robin Hood or a Cinderella. He would fall down, get back up, and I always loved those style of boxes. I've always loved get up, knock them out. They knock you out. That Diego Corrales.
Yeah, but that's what you want to watch as a fight fan, isn't it? I mean, it's not always the greatest. But the problem is, sometimes I'm guilty of it. You want to fight to be entertaining. Right? Now, really, if you're really trying to do it the right way, you don't really want to be an entertainment fight. You want to be a smart fight.
You want to win and be smart.
You don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
That's all you watch, really. So me as a promoter, I'm a little bit conflicted because I'm like, I want you to go out there and have a look. That's what I want you to do, but I also know that's not smart.
But I seen you and your guy threatened that y'all was over there in Saudi and y'all was like, man, this guy's boring. You don't want to fight.
Devin. Yeah.
What you was talking about, Devin Haney?
Yeah. But listen, I'm being honest. And people say, you never said that when you represented him. I said, well, one, I'm not going to say that when I represent him, straight up. But number two, he never fought so much defensively like that and holding and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here.
He got scared.
But I love this. What he's achieved in the sport is phenomenal, Devin. And he's a great fighter. But I'm just saying, as a fan sitting there watching that, I don't think it was entertaining. And I can say that if I don't represent him.
He was. I mean, but ever since he got, he felt that.
But I feel bad for him about the Garcia fight because Garcia came in 3 and a bit pound over. Garcia.
Is that really like in the streets? You fight fat guys, cock diesel guys, all type of shit. Like nobody says, "Yo, what's your weight class?" You at a bar, you argue, you fight.
It's definitely
like it's the 3 pounds. Like really, like
but Joe, it's like that's the rules, mate. You're like,
I know the rules, but in real life,
but we're not on the streets. This is a fight where what you're doing is you're boiling yourself down to make that weight, which is what Devin did. The other kid didn't really. So, and also on fight night, the kid's weighing a lot more. Forget that. He also failed a drug test on the 9th, right? And by the way, Devin got battered, and showed amazing bravery in that fight. Anyway, came out the other side, and everyone's like, he's going, that's not fair. The guy coming overweight and failed a drug test. Everyone, he's like, Devin Haney's the villain. What he should have come out of that.
You in a fight where it's mano a mano, and I think him choosing to sue and take the belt. Once you start playing those games.
But let's break that down, What he did was actually unique in that respect. If I sue him, I think he sued Ryan for battery or something like that, But the fact is, contractually anyway, forget like what you say, on the streets, he's this side, he's that side. The guy had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Now, we don't know if that was right. Now, we don't know if that was intentional or not. But if it was intentional,
he had it on his system.
If it was intentional, you're going into a fight with another man that's incredibly dangerous, cheating to get a physical edge. Now that
I don't even like that in baseball players. I don't like that in athletes.
Listen, baseball. This is a fight.
Even in Hanson, I don't like it.
But Joe, you talk about
this is
But I don't like it. I don't like it in no sport.
It should be. But what I'm saying is, I think Devin thought, you know what? I went in there. I got beat up. Right? I lost my reputation, my undefeated record, probably a little bit of my physical character. We've seen that maybe moving forward. I know what he was trying to do, but it went against him because everyone went, "Oh, you're suing for getting beat." It's like, not really. I'm suing because of the situations around it. So I actually get what he was doing, but I also understand. But I don't think you can go, "Oh, you can't do that. It's the fight, man," because the circumstances weren't fair. Do you know what I'm saying?
They weren't, but
But what you want to do?
Same thing in hip hop. I said something the other day that went so viral, and I didn't even think. It was just my opinion. We have one of this generation's greatest rappers, J. Cole, got called out for a battle, and he'd been rapping about he's the #1 rapper in the world, and then he didn't come out to fight. So it's almost like one of them famous fights where you got the ring and the guy just walks. What was that famous fight where the fight was going to start?
It's just got to happen.
The guy just walked out the ring.
The referee.
In this corner, this is a championship fight. Homeboy said,
not too much. So tell me, educate me about this J. Cole.
We don't want to because it's one of Jadakiss. It's one of Jadakiss's best friends. So
no. But in that situation, Why has he chosen?
You gotta come out. I've been challenged by guys that will whip my ass in hip hop, and Fat Joe came out. I gave it to you. Talking about Ireland, the Irish. Forget Everlast got challenged by Eminem. Everlast fucking came out. Knew he was going to get his boots smoked.
When you come out, right, it's a business as well, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's not. I don't think it's great.
But what people gotta understand is that, and especially Fat Joe, is that this shit ain't hip hop, bro. Like we from two different eras. Our era ain't playing. Them niggas shooting and killing. Them niggas making killing music, bro. Somebody gonna die. Like somebody is going to get shot. Somebody is going to die. He the only nigga with some motherfucking common damn sense. Be like, nah, bro. Y'all can have that shit. That shit ain't worth dying for. That shit ain't worth killing. That shit ain't worth losing a friend. That shit ain't worth creating new ops, creating new enemies. That shit ain't worth it, bro. Like, everybody ain't grew up in the motherfucking streets, bro. Everybody ain't sold crack, bro. Everybody ain't wasn't no crack baby, bro. Everybody daddy wasn't in jail, locked up all their life. Everybody mama wasn't no wholesaling pussy. So everybody ain't grew up fucked up like y'all, like most of y'all niggas do though. So some niggas grew up kind of half-ass decent and they know better. We know better. Nah, bro, that's dangerous. Nah, bro, that's some fucked up shit. Some fucked up shit gonna come behind that. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't getting involved with that. This shit ain't no motherfucking hip hop. This shit ain't no friendly battle. This ain't no fucking friendly fucking competition. Niggas gonna get in their feelings and wanna kill something. Soon as I beat your motherfucking ass, you gonna wanna fight. And then I'm gonna beat your ass, and then you're gonna want to kill. Somebody gonna die. I don't want to kill you. I don't want nobody to get killed on my side. I don't want nobody to get killed on your side. I don't want to make your mama cry. I don't want you to make my mama cry. Niggas need to be saying that type of shit instead of, man, he was scared to fight. Who the fuck want to fight, bro? When we know for a fact, a proven fact, this shit gonna go left. But them boys don't understand that, bro. Everybody ain't so competition. Excuse me, everybody ain't so competitive, Everybody don't every man ain't up for no motherfucking challenge, bro. The real players and pimps and G's and real niggas don't give a fuck about that. I was in high school, right? I had a big boy box Chevy, clean as a motherfucker. That shit was a 1987 car. That motherfucker was like a 2000 brand new. That shit had brand new interior, brand new paint job. That motherfucker was so clean and so hard and so perfect, and the engine perfect, right? And and um and niggas just be like, because it's some niggas got my shit. Then I end up putting pipes on my shit, so it made a little exhaust and shit, and and then everybody's to come up to me like, bro, you want to race? Bro, you want to race? Bro, you want to race? Bro, let's race. Bro, you want to race? Bro, you want to race? Bro, let's race. Let's race. My shit be faster than yours, bro. My shit is faster than yours. I just be like, bruh, I don't care if your shit is faster than mine. I don't want to fucking race. Nigga, I fuck with hoes and bad bitches. Nigga, I slut out teachers and bad bitches. Nigga, I'm fucking, nigga. I'm a motherfucking player, nigga. Nigga, I'm fucking with girls, nigga. I'm trying to get my dick sucked on the first, soon as a bitch see me, as soon as a bitch come my car. I'm fucking bad bitches, grown women at 15, nigga. I don't want to motherfucking compete with your stupid ass and race and tell my shit. This ain't no fucking race car. This is a pussy puller, nigga. This shit for bitches. I had to explain that to them dumbass niggas, bruh. So some niggas is street, some niggas ain't. Some niggas is players and pimps and max and G's and real niggas. Some niggas ain't. The niggas that's ain't, they always want to do some crackhead shit. They always want to do some dumbass hood street shit to prove that they something. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you something or you ain't nothing. Like, I don't care who you is or who you ain't. Why you trying to show me that your car faster than yours? That you can out rap me? Why you want to rap better than somebody? Like, you rap, I rap, you making money, I making money. Why the fuck we need to compete for when we making money and we feeding our family? Man, sit y'all stupid asses down some damn way. Too much y'all want to fucking compete. Sit y'all stupid ass down some way, man.
Educate you on the business. I don't think it's good for business. I don't think.
What, for him to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did a much smarter
It
move.
didn't hurt. It didn't. He didn't lose anything.
No, but what we're saying is, he's saying in hip hop, I don't believe that the rap battle or the beef helps you sell you. If you win, it super helps you. But if you lose,
But isn't this the difference between your reputation, not necessarily on the street, but or the bigger picture? You're doing it. You say, every time I got challenged, I came out.
yeah.
Is that because it's rather than
I came out when my mother would call me and be like, son, don't come out. I came out when my mother was calling, talking about, don't come out. The people who did know my mother was like, he's going against a guy who sold 30 million records. Is he crazy? This guy finishes people's careers. And I came outside. To me, you always got to come out. You get, like I said, Everlast, Eminem. Everlast.
But see, y'all boys street niggas, yo. Y'all crack babies and shit. Y'all boys from the projects and shit. Y'all boys ain't got no morals or principles, though. Y'all niggas will do anything for money. I'm talking about, I done seen them niggas do anything. I'm talking about anything, bro. I'm talking about I'm talking about girls too. You can ask a girl to do anything her ass to do it. Nigga, we ain't grew up like that, bro. We grew up on morals, principles. We grew up on right and wrong, bro. We grew up on great grandma's teaching. We wasn't no little boys being led by little boys. We wasn't no little boys doing the wrong ass shit, beating up people for money. You know how low your ass gotta be talking about you fighting somebody for some goddamn money, you beating people up for money. That's just like a bitch fucking and sucking for money, bro. That's a whole trait, bro. Let's keep it gangster, bro. That's a whole version of a nigga. Go beat his ass. I'll pay you. Man, I that like Uncle Murder said. Man, I told 50 when I met him, man, I'm a shooter, bro. I'll shoot anybody for you. I'll kill anybody for you. Nigga, that nigga don't never respect you, nigga. Fuck you talking about you a damn do something to another man for another man. That nigga don't respect you and he'll never respect you. Niggas don't respect no goddamn shooter or no goddamn crash out dummy. A crash out dummy is a whole version of a man. Don't let nobody fucking fool you, nigga. J. Cole was a nigga who grew up half-ass right. You know what I'm saying? Half-ass right. Y'all niggas grew up fucked up. So of course y'all want to fight. Of course y'all want to battle. Of course y'all don't mind getting people killed, getting killed, your homeboys killed, all your friends dead as hell. I bet you J. Cole ain't got no dead ass homeboys. I damn sure ain't got no motherfucking dead ass homeboy. I guarantee you, all them niggas that want to fight, all them niggas that want to compete so damn bad, they want to compete. Cause you must be ain't shit if you want to compete against somebody. Because if you really something, you ain't gotta fight against nobody. If I know I'm better than you, why I want to prove it? I ain't gotta prove shit. I don't give a fuck if you don't think I ain't, nigga. I remember so much niggas used to want to compete with me. I used to let them motherfuckers know, bruh, I don't give a fuck about this, that, or you. I don't care about that. I remember my aunt came and told me, yeah, you won best dress. So who the fuck else is gonna win it? I'm the best motherfucking dresser since the last fucking 5 years, since niggas know me. I'm the best nigga in my city. You talking about a fucking school year? She telling me like I'm supposed to be surprised and happy. Like, who the fuck else gonna win best dress? Ain't no nigga fucking with me. But even if I wasn't considered, or even if I didn't win, I didn't give a fuck because I don't care about that shit. I don't do this shit for I do this shit for the love, bro. I do this shit because this shit in my DNA. I do this shit because I want to. I ain't doing this for the people. I ain't doing this for money. I ain't doing this for no motherfucking crowd. I ain't doing this for the clout. I ain't doing this for competition. I'm doing this shit for me, bro. When you doing it for me, it's a different story. But when you doing it for people, bro, they said this. Oh, word? Let me go do this. Man, they used to tell me all kind of shit, bro. Bro, think he better than you. So he is. He probably is. Man, I remember nigga. This how you know you the nigga, and this how you know that you the shit. Niggas be talking about anything. First it was your car faster than yours. Then it was who dressed the best. Then it was who get the most bitches. Man, then so it used to be 4, 5 of us fucking everybody, right? We all fucking everybody. I'm talking about dicking everybody now, right? So I'm a low key. The other niggas, they bragging and they flexing and they disrespectful with it. I'm a motherfucking sniper, bitch. I'm low key with that shit. I ain't saying shit. I ain't telling nobody none of that shit, right? So them niggas is like, you get more girls. No, I get more girls. No, you get more girls. And no, Vince, he the one who get the girls. Vince, he the one that be fuck. Nah, bruh. Like, and I ain't saying shit, but just the fact that niggas be worrying about niggas and niggas want to compete with niggas. Like, I was the type, bro, let's race, bro. Let's race, bro. I'm faster than you. Let's race, bro. Nigga, it's pussy around, nigga. I'm not finna fuck up, nigga. I don't, man, sit your ass. Telling you, bro, stay away from them competing ass niggas. Them competing ass niggas want to motherfucking compete all the time. When you know damn well when you lose, you gonna cry. When you lose, you gonna want to fight. So why would I compete when I know for a proven, guaranteed fucking fact that when your ass lose, your ass gonna cry like a bitch? Why would I compete when I know damn sure, for sure, that when you lose, you gonna want to fight? I don't want to fight. I ain't want to fight. I want to fuck me a bad bitch. I don't like niggas. I don't want to fight no nigga. But if we got a problem, it gonna get solved. But I don't want to do that. Man, and J. Cole, he probably one of them niggas, man. He the ones with the common sense. Everybody else crash out, dummy, stupid ass motherfucker. Everybody painting they fucking fingernails, got tattoos on their goddamn face. Everybody wearing dresses and purses. Everybody dissing. Everybody dying. Everybody talking about killing. That nigga ain't know none of that dumbass, stupid ass shit. That nigga ain't know none of that dumbass, stupid ass shit. That nigga ain't he the only one ain't on that dumbass, stupid ass shit, bruh. And people mad at him because he ain't on that dumbass shit. And y'all better shut y'all ass up.
Challenge. That's jump around. Jump around, jump up and get down. And he battled them in that. And I gotta tell you how that went, though. He just said it's the Irish. He's Irish. Came out. You know, let's talk to Turkey. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Right? And did he just come boxing, number one boxing fan that's like a super trillionaire? And how did he get into the fight game and become the number one buyer, I guess? What you call those guys who really pay the money?
He's like an investor. He's but it's more of a business now for them. I mean, look, he was a guy that was running sort of tourism and entertainment, or mainly entertainment in Saudi Arabia, right? And you look at what they've brought to the kingdom over the years, particularly recently, Formula One, WWE, tennis, every football. And we were doing some boxing in Saudi, but then all of a sudden they did Fury against Ngannou. And I had a bit of a nightmare, actually, because the guys that I was working with in Saudi, I had it on lock in Saudi. Just me.
You what?
I had it locked down inside Saudi.
You had the whole Saudi locked down.
I put the first big fight on there, right? I was like, man. And all of a sudden, my guys in Saudi, they're gone. Turkey comes in, right? Next thing, he puts on Fury against Ngannou, right? And I made the big mistake of opening my mouth. This is shit. What is this? Fury's a world heavyweight champion. He's fighting a guy that's never had a fight before. What a joke. Blah, blah, blah. But this is being done by Turkey. So I become enemy number one. Right?
They don't take that lightly.
Next thing, the fight happens. I'm a good fight, actually. In Ngannou, I thought won the fight. It was a very close fight. So the fight finishes, and then people are saying to me, this guy Turkey, he's now running boxing in Saudi. He's the guy. I'm like, they go,
story of my life.
I don't like you. I said, because you're slagging off the event. I said, listen, I'm just telling you what I thought of the event. He went, anyway, he comes to London, and I'm like, I'm going to slide in his DMs. So he's in London. I'm like, Turkey, I understand I've done a lot of boxing in Saudi Arabia. Let me know when's good. I'll meet you while you're in London. Same. No reply. Oh, shit. So I thought, anyway, the next day I thought, we'll just go for one more. Yeah. Let me know when suits. See. Nothing. I'm like, oh, God. Then all of a sudden, I start talking about AJ, our guy fighting, Fury and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, then I get a phone call from one of his guys. This is on his next trip to London. His Excellency would like to meet in the hotel. I'm like, oh, let me just check my diary. I'd already started the engine. Anyway, go up to London, sit downstairs in the hotel.
So they call Turkey His Excellency? He's part of the royal family?
Not the royal family, but that's the...
Yeah. All right.
So go into the hotel room, lobby. You will be called up soon. I go up there. It's like 8 people in the room. Big sofa like this. Actually about 10 times bigger than this. Sit down. And he's like, I'm sitting where you're sitting, man. And goes, you had a lot to say for yourself. When I did that fight. And I said, I got to be honest with you. I'm just pretty honest. Like, I'm going to speak my mind. And I thought it was shit. And then it happened. And I thought it was pretty good, to be honest with you. So, I don't like a lot of the things you said. Blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. And then he said to me, and I've told this story before, and he don't mind me saying it, because the guy is funny as fuck. One of the funniest people ever met. He says to me, let me tell you something. He said, we are a fast-moving train. Do you want to be on the train? Or do you want to be standing on the platform, waving as the train goes by?
Invisible Train to Success, one of my best stories, but go ahead.
And I looked him straight in the eye and I went, choo-choo. And I said, that's a true story, right. True story. And he just started laughing. And from there, we've been very close. We've done a lot of business together across a lot of sports. Matchroom's not just boxing, it's a lot of sport. We've brought a lot of sports to Saudi Arabia. He doesn't have any preferences. Like, he'll use me and our company and my fighters, but if something else suits him, he'll do that instead. His word is good, and that's everything.
His word is everything, you can tell.
And, what he's done in boxing is pretty amazing. They've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions, but they can do that. And
does he have, endless money? Would you say?
Obviously, there's his personal wealth, but it's the wealth of the country and the government to help bring, major sporting events and exposure to the kingdoms. So, there's that part. But what he does have is a big passion for boxing, genuinely. And what you said earlier, is this just some very rich fight fan? I mean, this is a fight fan that has access to, considerable budget, but a fight fan that has a quite a unique vision. He's next level thinker. It's not just a guy, let's do that and spend he's, the Ring magazine, obviously TKO now, all this kind of stuff. There is a vision.
Yeah.
Will it work?
A big vision.
I don't know, but everybody's benefiting. No one should be hating.
The most money, you would say the purse, but the most money I ever got paid for was a show in Africa.
Yeah.
And he, too, was the leader of tourism.
Yeah. And
I go over there, and at one point he tells me, I want you to come, rap is different. We ain't go to college for this shit. He's telling me, I want you to go do an interview. I said, I ain't doing shit. So the man says...
Just the kind of attitude we like.
Yeah. I'm like, I ain't doing shit. I'm over here ready this. He said, I got $50,000 cash for you to come. I called the whole crew. Meet me at the lobby. We got to do this ill interview, right? So he takes me to the basement parking lot. It's a true story. And he walks into a Lincoln town car, an old school car. And he opens the trunk. And the whole thing is filled with money. Pallets of $100 bills. The man took out $50,000 and it looked like a toothpick. That's how much cash he had in that trunk. At this point, I felt like killing him. And I didn't know how I'd get out the country with all this money. I really, anybody could do it. I'm telling you, for this 1 second, I said, could I kill this dude and just break out with all this? Just no way I could have done it. But it felt to me at that moment like they were making money. Like they were printing the money. But he gave me $50,000, felt like a toothpick, and it was so much money. I was like, damn, this shit is unreal. And I feel like Turkey is similar in Saudi. He got that ultimate bad. You know, they call me the Tyson Fury of hip hop.
Yeah?
Yeah, because looks are deceiving. I don't have a muscle, but I knock you out. You know, and Tyson Fury, that boy flabby, and he had to knock you out. I love Tyson Fury. I remember the day he won that fight, and then he got on the bike the next day and said, da 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 da. No, who that was? That was Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Right? The next day, da 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 da. If the motherfucker stupid double G. But Tyson Fury, I'm a huge fan. Is he coming back to boxing?
He's talking about it. I mean, he retires every other week, you know what I mean? And like he's done with boxing and now he's training in Thailand. He's like the most motivated he's ever been. And you know, I think a lot of these guys, boxing saved them at the start. You know, I know AJ is a good example of that, you know, and things when you take it away from them, it just leaves such a massive hole. So now I can see it like he's training now for a fight. He looks happier than he looked for any day that he would retire. Do you know what I mean? He's got the fight. It's like, this is what I want to do.
I love him.
You know?
The craziest thing is, I believe that's in all sports. You know, these guys, especially dangerous sports like football, boxing, these guys are like gladiators. And when they walk up that tunnel in football and everybody's screaming 80,000 people, then when they retire,
isn't that the same for anything? Isn't that the same for you guys as well? Like, I mean,
we never retired. No, I almost killed Smokey Robinson last week. He's still performing live.
I'm talking about when you do. Like, you know.
I'm never.
Oh, there you go.
So we got a voice, but
it's the buzz, it's the love for what you do. Why do you want to keep going?
Well, I love it. Plus, we have huge bills. So, you know, our family feels like, you know, like this little house on they won't stop, brother. And boy, I've been working at this. If there's any hobby or any type of shit that you could work on, Fat Joe has tried to be a fake accountant / let's minimalize. You know, there's a word for it. It's called minimal. I tried everything. They looking at new, bigger houses and this. I'm finally somewhere where I feel like I can die and I'm comfortable, like, because I'm a dreamer. If I got $1 million, I'll buy the $10 million house. Like, I'm a guy and I'll pay that $50,000 a month. And that's been my life. You know, I believe, you know, I invest and I don't care. I'll find the money. I'm going to make it. Now I finally got a sense of peace and they don't want peace. They just keep showing me bigger houses and bigger yards and bigger. And I'm like, yo, we can sleep. Like, we finally at the place where these bills don't hurt us. We good. Chill. They don't want peace. They say, yo, you need bigger so that you can just go out there and keep going. They want to run this shit till the wheels fall off. Yeah. Right? And with boxing, unfortunately, we've seen too many greats, greatest of all times and all that, keep coming back because they mismanage their money. And like, I love him. I don't just love him. I worship him. But I do not want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again.
But it's crazy. How can you have been in the fights that have been, and I mean, I think financially probably in a much better place now than he was 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
How on earth?
Even 10, 15 years ago, Mike Tyson had the mansion, the new car. Yeah. Even bad. But I went to his house when he was bad, and his shit was a $10 million house, brand new cars. Like, when they say he was broke, he was broke in a $10, $20 million way. That wasn't like he wasn't back in the jacks.
But how can you earn that much money? Roy Jones is a great guy. But how can you earn that much money and be mistreated, be that ill-advised, or have that kind of people around you that would enable you to be in that position? It's crazy. Fighters now are much better educated on the finances of sport and much better supported from a team perspective. Do you know what I mean? But the infrastructure back then, you know, when
this Canelo guy looks like
Canelo's
he got it.
Canelo's like that guy you turned up to and had the money in the book. I mean, he's raided the bank of the sport, but he's smart, right? And he's taken his time. He's understood the sport. He's also hit the sport when there's a lot of bidders and buyers, right? So Canelo can get his money from him. It doesn't matter.
Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. We've been rolling with the Hard Rock Bet all regular season long, and now Hard Rock Bet is here for what is shaping up to be an incredible playoff run. You know what I love doing? Big standalone playoff games, same game parlays. Lock in one matchup at a time and stack your picks. Maybe the quarterback throws for 250, the running back hits 100, and the tight end punches in the first touch.
What that is? All right, bit. Yeah, man. Talking about boxing, they doing this a good interview. I ain't never seen my man though. I don't even know him like that. $15.
Bet. If it hits, you get not only your winnings, but also an extra 150 in bonus bets. And just because your team may be out of it, that doesn't mean you have to sit on the sidelines this postseason. Between same game parlays, live betting, a can't miss welcome offer, and new promos dropping every day, Hard Rock Bet has you covered all postseason long. That's Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit. Yeah.
All right, bet, baby. Let's go. You know, I'm a sucker for a good fight. So I'm going for Eddie Hearns. And then when they show the Mexican guy running up the mountain talking about his moms used to feed him for dinner. And I'm like, oh shit, Eddie got a fucking problem. This guy's carrying fucking 18-wheeler tires up a mountain. The air here is different. He eats rocks for dinner. I'm like, yo, they gotta fucking, you know me, I'm a fighter, right? Well, years ago, I was a fighter. I was just telling a story, all right? We don't need to elaborate, but I used to love to fight. So I walked out my house every day to fight. Whether I was winning, losing, I would come out and fight. And the worst fight is when you hit a guy with the kitchen sink and he looks at you like, oh, I've been waiting for this. That's when you're like, what the fuck? And the connect zone, whatever we call it, they come out 500. If you get your ass whipped in the projects, that's going viral in the hood. Like, you know, yo, Fat Joe got his ass whipped by something. Like, that's a bad day for you when you punch the guy with the kitchen sink. And I try to tell boxers that all the time. I said, listen, you can have the power, but when you hit somebody with all you got, and that motherfucker look at you like, hello, you got a real battle going on that night with you. So you saw you was a little kid, you studied boxing. I don't know if you remember it, because you definitely got to be a bigger historian than me. There was a fight that Floyd Mayweather was losing till about the 6th round. And he switched up the whole style. And he won the fight. He beat the shit out of the guy. And then when they interviewed him, he said, I don't know, I'm saying the wrong name, but he said one of them legends that he's like Jack Dempsey in 1949. I went back to the videotape that my father played me when he was bouncing the thing. Is it also in boxing? Is more like physical strength or IQ make the best fighter?
I mean, IQ, but you got like this weekend, for example, Shakur Stevenson, probably one of the best IQs. The other one is Terence Crawford. Right? These guys, they just see it, you know? So during the fight, they know exactly what you're going to do. They know exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. They sit on the ropes, you know, the pulse rate's not moving, they're calm, they're slipping shots. There's just different styles. Ultimately, the style to watch is the guy that's going in there and having the war. You know, for the purists, which probably a purist as a fight fan, I watch those guys like Crawford and Shakur and Floyd, were probably the greatest of his generation. So calm. Do you know what I mean? The IQ's on another level. Like you can go in there and what doesn't matter what you bring, what style you bring, how you switch it up during a fight, he will be out of control the situation in the moment. And that's when, like, you know, like I said, Shakur is probably that new guy who's capable of doing that. Tiafimo.
You think he got Tiafimo? I think Tiafimo's more battle tested.
Yeah, I just feel like if I'm Tiafimo, I'm sticking it on.
What does that mean for regular people?
I'm pressing it.
You on them?
Yeah, because they're both great athletes. They've both got great IQ. They're both quite reactive and faint and twitching and like, great movement. But beating Shakur at that game is a very difficult game to play and will probably lead to not the most entertaining problem. If I'm Tiafimo, don't get me wrong, if you're aggressive against Shakur, that's also a problem.
That's when you get hurt.
To counter you, he wants, but if you're fast and you're powerful, I don't know even if it's possible to beat Shakur. But I think if I'm Tiafimo in this fight and I'm the bigger guy,
you're 30 it up. You're gonna dirty it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it a fight rather than trying to just outbox him. You ain't gonna outbox Shakur. He's a genius.
The fight. This guy right here, he's a slick one. He wants front row seats to every event. And if he don't know how to tell you live on TV,
he doesn't get to say anything in his podcast, does he? Either.
Bingo!
No, right.
He's 66.
He's a little bit under the weather tonight. Yeah, nah, he ain't shot. He ain't shot. You got any questions for the legend that he heard?
All I've seen him doing is this when you're talking.
It's like, Eddie, the man's on the clock. If he punched in, he's getting paid whether he says something or he don't. The man's sitting there happy.
You guys have got to make your predictions and calls for the weekend, right? Madison Square Garden, T.O. and Shakur.
He's great at, he's 3-0 on the playoffs of
It's football. This is boxing. But after listening to you now, I think I got to switch it up a little. Win and before. Well, they study ball. Yeah.
When you see two guys getting each other and they thinking over.
No, it's just what you said, first of all, I'm going to use that for all my media this week. If Shakur is allowed to be Shakur, he can't lose. So you've got to make him not be Shakur. I won't credit you for any of that, but thank you.
Don't mind. I've been taking my lines for years.
But you're right. So you've got to make him not be Shakur.
So what's your prediction?
No,
I mean, I don't know if you got any affinity. Brooklyn against Newark.
You almost beat up Tiafimo's father.
Really? Most people have tried to do that in boxing. He's a character.
I'm sure of beat up. I had to tell you, yo, Pop, I'll fuck you up. I was like, yo, Pops, I'll fuck you up. You got some flags too, Eddie. That's the time to throw it. Just throw it. Follow on the play. You got it. Oh, father just came at me, screaming at me one day, talking about Edgar Balanga ain't the only Latino, and you the biggest Latino, and you don't co-sign my son, and this and that. He was just talking crazy. And I was like really crazy. I was like, Bob, we'll fuck you up in here. Like, I don't know if you know. Like, don't play with me. And then, he hit us back the next day. It was like, yo, I'm sorry. You must have been high. Like, you know what I mean? Because, the fathers are real passionate about things. But
he's
actually, you heard this a million times.
Yeah, a million.
You almost,
it's just it, because I had a fight. We did Tiafimo against George Kambosos when Kambosos beat him at the Garden. And they blamed me. I didn't even have even fight. I won a first bid. And the dad's like, you motherfucker. I'm like, what, you just got to do everything. And he's like, he's a very emotional guy. I actually like his dad. I think he's got a good heart, but he is a little bit crazy. He's going to be a major factor in this fight. He can't afford to lose his mind in this fight with dad and start being emotional. You know what I mean? They've got to be on it, especially against Shakur. If you
the old school shit in the Bronx now, where Olivia's, pieces of people's herpes triangle, keep his father out of here. Uptown, the old school, like his father. I'm telling you, the man was screaming on me like out of control. Pops.
The story, that he told us. I saw him tell a story to someone recently. He said that he put it on you.
Tiafimo?
Yeah, no, Tiafimo's dad said, Fat Joe come at me. I said to him, fuck you. And then apparently you just turned your back and walked off. I didn't think that was true.
I'm the most respectable guy you ever seen in your life, especially for somebody's father. This man
This is what we do.
Yo, Eddie, this man came at me like, yo, fuck that. Malonga ain't the only Latino. My son is this and this and that. Unfortunate enough, because the kid is nice, he got knocked out 2 days later, right? Where he was at in Atlanta. He touched the canvas. Teofimo touched the canvas 2 days later.
That was Cambo's.
Right after he started this, the mother dropped in he threatened me. His father. 2 days later, he touched the canvas for the first time. I said, what the fuck? They called me, we was in Canada or something. They was like, yo, homeboy touched the canvas. I said, you know, his father, he was talking that shit. I was with fucking Elder Barge when he was cursing me out. Elder fucking Barge. That motherfucker dead, Clark Kent, rest in peace, was with us.
Everybody gonna be tuned into the fight this Saturday, and Hard Rock Bet is doing the
I gotta check out the fight, man. All the fights going on, I'll be checking out the shit.
on the
I'm trying to figure out how the fuck my wife's bread be getting dirty, bro. I don't even sleep on this shit.
He consider it.
I don't put nothing on my
Motherfucker
motherfucking
Saturday.
covers, and I be seeing
Who's the winner of his fight?
just
Just
in the air, bro.
Is this Saturday?
It's that. It's right down.
With
Live on design.
Yo Fimo
Oh.
or Stevens.
I thought you were going for Teofimo.
No, I'm just giving it.
He's on the roll.
I mean, after talking to you, I gotta go with Shakur, man. I mean, I gotta go with Shakur just because you told me how much of a genius of a boxer he is, and if he's able to beat him, it's gonna be a tough night for Tia. I'm going Shakur.
Clean
You gotta do things because you was about to have a fight with his pop.
Listen, I don't want no beef with Teofimo. You want to know what? I'm going for Teofimo. But never bet where I go because I never win. So I'm telling you right now, anybody I yell out, I won once. Who I won? Terrence Coffin. Now I won a bet. They don't take my bet. How about that? How about that? They won't even take my bets. I call all the bookies. They like, yo, Joe, your money's not good. I swear to God, they don't want me to bet. They might win and you go start fucking losing all your money. Like, Joe, no, they won't let me bet. I lost Balanga against Canelo. Like, I really believed it. Like, I really bet like 20, 30,000 on it. No, I'm not lying. Like, I really bet it and lost it. One fight I lost on, I'm sitting there with Chris Gotti in Vegas and one of my my favorite fighters. Chris Gotti and what's the guy he used to win all the fucking, he was banned from Vegas because he was the best gambler. Phil Light. And these motherfuckers don't stop. Yo, let's bet. I said, I don't bet. Let's bet. I don't bet. Let's bet. And one of my favorite fighters of all time is rest in peace, Diego Corrales.
Yeah, right, fine.
And I used to love how he get knocked down and get up and this, and that. And I said, all right, $20. They called and said, $20, Diego. Boom, through the ropes. The guy knocks him, like, I mean, safe, like out the ring, like you never seen in your life the way he fell out that ring. I was at that fight, I lost in a split second. Can I take it back? They came to my room about 20 times that day. I could not leave Vegas without giving them the 20 grand. They did not trust me. And so De La Hoya, with the shit he does now, what do you know, we got a lot of rappers trying to be
in technique, you know, I've got in terms of active promoters, he's out there. I mean, he's promoted, but the clapback Thursdays and all this kind of stuff, it ruffles feathers that can sometimes fragment relationships, and you know, sometimes someone, I'm not going to work with him or whatever, but you know, legendary fighter. And I mean, obviously the big tuck with your boy Edgar.
Yeah.
You know, for the
Edgar wins that fight, he's the man.
Yeah.
Edgar wins that fight, he's the man.
But
He shut down De La Hoya to the point of where that's a good point where somebody got to choose to be the villain, somebody got to choose to be the hero.
You know, it could ruffle the feathers of the industry, but people are talking about it, and conversation is key. You know, in the world where at least people are out there talking about it. People are liking it, people are hating it, people are loving it. You know, but it's better than doing nothing. I mean, you've got to.
That's the other bad case of like he can't fight no more because he's older. He's a little upset. De La Hoya, because it looks like if he could get in the ring, if you started a senior citizen shit, he's fight.
Well, one thing you can never take away from him is he was one of the greatest fighters of all time, and fought everybody. So probably sometimes he's looking at some of these guys now, thinking,
I would have busted his ass.
You know what I mean? So what's done is done. But obviously, his big fallout with Canelo. Those guys were together for years, and then boom, Canelo sued him, and it all got a bit ugly and nasty.
We got that in hip hop.
Yeah, cool.
Well, me, I stopped discovering artists and investing. So similar to your father, I grew up in the Connect. What you call that? The projects over there?
Yeah.
The Connect.
How you say?
Council estate.
The council estate.
Yeah.
Here's the project.
Yeah.
And I made a name for myself, but I grew up dirt poor. Like you would go through my family tree, maybe 100 years, none of us never had money. And so I take pride in
There's something to think about though. I remember when I was young, I used to think that that you had to be born, you had to come from money to make you rich. And then when I got out of high school is when I realized and really knew for sure that anybody can get rich. You ain't got to be born rich and you ain't got to be blessed from God or whatever. Anybody can have a chance of being rich. You know what I'm saying? And to hear that most people that have money didn't come from money and nobody in their family got money, but they got some money, it give me hope and it make me think like I got a chance or like because his ass made it, you can make it. He ain't come from money, so you can do it. So I always thought about that, bro, and it's something to think about. Like, damn, bro, he ain't came from money, so maybe I could do it if he ain't came from bread.
create this opportunity for someone who is talented, but I'm going to put you in the right rooms. I'm going to get you the right people to collaborate. I'm going to promote you. And once I do that, and you start becoming a millionaire, making big money, then you start saying, fuck Fat Joe, he never did nothing. Right? That put a bad taste in my mouth. And the thing they do, pause, and the thing they do in hip hop is you could rest assured that they breaking out the second they can. The second they see that light in the tunnel and they say, I can do my own thing, I don't need this guy, they gone. And so there's really no real loyalty in hip hop when it talks about spending money on the artist and making the artist. And, I see it happens to you too. I mean, it must break your heart.
It does, but you become accustomed to it because it's the game and it's never going to change. Some people are loyal. Some people will respect what you've done for them, and others won't. It happens in boxing all the time. So there's no point losing. My dad says to me sometimes, happy fuck. Like, so that sort of thing might happen. And I'll do an interview and I'll go, listen, unfortunately, I think we did a lot for him. And maybe it wasn't recognised, but good luck. Good luck for his career. My dad goes to me, happy fucking fuck. My dad retired from boxing to get out of the aggravation of boxing. Because he got sick, like he just thought, fuck all these people. Like, you know what I mean?
I stopped signing people. I could have signed people like Pitbull, Rick Ross, the biggest artists in the world, but I was already so turned off. Yo, why you giving that fake? I'm telling you the truth.
Why are you giving that fake?
I discovered DJ Khaled. I discovered Big Pun. I discovered all these guys. So I had the opportunity to sign these other guys, and I passed on it. And right now, Rick Ross has his own yacht, his own everything. He's the richest motherfucker in the game. If I'd have got 1%, I'd have been good. But I was so turned off by the industry that I was like, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of this.
But it probably gives you a bad reflection and understanding of life because you think that's the norm. So like in boxing, you just have to understand it ain't normal. And it actually can not make you a bad person, but make you a little bit unhappy because you go, do you know what? Life's full of arseholes. I can't believe this guy's doing that. But not everything in life is like that. But unfortunately, boxing is like that. Probably your industry is the same. But if you allow it to play with your emotions, you're going to be a miserable person.
Over here, we get a big bad name for Don King. right? Because you hear the story, Mike Tyson beat him up. He allegedly stole his money. Mike Tyson says that. But Don King, he's a legend out here.
Well, Don King probably, away from the ethics, probably the greatest promoter of all time. And the reason is that when there was a show in town, he made sure you knew about it. Right? And what he was he was a performer as well. Right? He'd come out there with the flags, wouldn't he? Like, I mean, like, you knew.
He might have invented branding and marketing and promoting.
I mean, that was, but.
He'd be with the UK flag, the US, the UK, when he got the UK up, and he don't give a fuck.
Joe, he's still going. Right? He still has life. And still to this day, he's the hardest person to deal with. Like, whenever I say, oh, there's a guy who's a world cruiserweight champion. Oh, who's he with? He's with Don King. I'm like, I mean, now, he's impossible to do a deal. Like, he just can't help himself. Even now, he's like,
because he owned the whole game. He owned the TV, the pay-per-view. He got that building over there in West Palm where this shit got the Don King. Don King? Don King's the guy that when he dies, they're gonna run under that mattress sofa. He's gonna be like El Chapo. They're gonna break the walls looking for some shit. Don King got cash nobody's ever seen. Like, you talk about small face 20s? Yo, that motherfucker Don King? I'll tell you a story. We're the first rappers, and every time I say this, they got a thing with me now on the internet, like Fat Joe lies, but we're the first rappers that ever perform and bring a boxer in. So now all that bullshit you see with every boxer, everybody, we started it. Me and Big Pun, shout out to Carl Kanai. Tito Trinidad was my favorite boxer. Muhammad Ali's my first, but the second was Tito Trinidad, Puerto Rican power. Loved him to death. So he's fighting De La Hoya. So I tell Carl Kanai, I know he knows Don King, and I'm like, can you introduce me to Mr. King? So he says, sure. I'll be in Miami next week. We can ride up together. So we ride up to Palm Beach, wherever his shit. That's where I see the building, this, that. So Don King's standing there. He got a guy playing the piano. He's looking at the guy playing the piano. Maybe an hour or two. He doesn't say a word. So, man, well, what the fuck you want? Like, hey, Mr. King, by the way, we're the biggest rappers on the earth. We just broke a record. First Latino to sell 2 million. I said, we on fire. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, we the biggest shit. So I'm sitting there, he goes, how can I help you? Because I know you're here to ask me for something. I said, well, Mr. King, we love Tito Trinidad. We're the #1 rappers, this and this and that. Yeah, well, I got Ricky Martin for that. I said, but, this is fighting, right? And Big Pun and Fat Joe, it makes more sense for Tito Trinidad to come out with us, but of course, Ricky Martin had, come on, everybody, we do that tongue guy. He had that shit. Living La Vida. No, Living La Vida Loca. The conga. He's a legend, but what I'm trying to tell you is he was going that route. So he sat there, I said, yo, we're the biggest. We selling millions of records, this, that. He looked at me. So I think about it. Leave your number, this, that. So when we left, we probably asked some grandchildren, some nephews, Big Pun and Fat Joe. They was like, yo, them boys on fire. Like, are you crazy? They really are the guy. And he calls me up. He says, I'm going to make it happen for you. You got to pay for all your own shit. I'm not spending $1 on this shit. We said, all right. So we flew out to Vegas and we walked our idol in Tito Trinidad, being Big Pun. And that started all that. Like, I seen people's eyes open up in the crowd like they'd never seen a rapper rap with a boxer. And he won that night. Trinidad won that night. And if I boxed, right? Welcome to the Fat Joe and Jada show. Delusional Records. And if I boxed and I knew I didn't have a shot, I go in there that first, second round with all I got and try to bring them with the kitchen sink blow, not just bullshit, and eventually you're going to lose anyway. And we see that over and over in boxing when somebody tries, like, and you know about that 8th round, they gonna stick that jab.
There's a saying, and someone says, you know, well done, you did just enough to lose.
I don't like
And
that.
that's what so many people get into a fight and they're like, you know what, losing on points ain't the end of the world. I can come again. So, but you never tried to win, did you? Yeah. So,
This point in the game, you lose one fight, that's it. You're a bump, huh?
yeah, but I don't think so. I think that's the deception. A lot of people try to protect the own, right? And really, if you're in good fights and people want to watch you fight, it doesn't matter. You know, we're known for our competitive matchmaking. Sometimes we had last Saturday, Andy Cruz, Cuban. He's 6-0. He fought the world champion 23-0. Right, our guy's the Olympic gold medalist. He's only had 6 fights. So we gambled. We lost a real close decision in a brilliant fight. And everyone's going, why'd you put him in that early? You know, it's like, no, we all believe he was ready for that fight because he's an exceptional talent. But guess what? He was in a great fight. Everybody loved the fight. Everyone said, respect to you. You had 6 fights. You rolled the dice. Next fight, he'll be back. And guess what? His profile will be higher. We'll go again. So don't get me wrong. You never want to lose. And you don't want to lose too many. Yeah. But if you're in the great fights and people remember those nights and those fights, it's not the end of the world.
Somebody I really love, Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
destroyed Jake Paul. You biased too. You with the UK like a motherfucker, Eddie. I watch you at all the fights. He's like, you like a little dog kid. You got your little silent
I
flag.
flagged that night.
And that motherfucker, he looked like a Greek gladiator compared to this guy. Recently, he's in a tragic accident. I met his friends, right? How's he doing? Have you communicated?
Yeah, I was with him last week. I went to see him. Just, man, so trapped. Like you said, we come off the back of the Jake Paul fight. And it's been a tough year for him because he lost to Dubois, got knocked out for the world title. I don't think he took it that well to defeat. He's a very brave-faced guy, super positive. The energy's unbelievable.
Emotional.
Yeah, but like, just come on, yeah, we're on it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. And then
That's hard.
it is because that's
hard in any game. To keep getting back up and say, yeah, I can make it, I can do it. Here we don't sell a record, and then we still got to come back and say, I believe in myself. I'm going to do that. Shit is hard.
Especially when you've got to go in and fight, you know, in a ring with the whole world watching. So we come back, we got the Jake Paul call, which was a blessing from God. I mean, you know, the profile, the audience, the fight itself, the money, everything was unbelievable. Finished that fight, you know, busted his jaw up.
Brilliant guy.
Do you know what?
Marketing,
very smart. And by the way, I still say, people criticize him in that fight. Oh, he moved around the ring. Oh, he held. Fucking right. I mean, the guy was crazy. He was crazy even taking the fight.
Second he sat down, he got rocked legend.
Yeah, but also, he took that shot on the chin. Don't get me wrong. It busted his jaw. But he still went down and went, wow. He wasn't asleep.
No, you don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. Him and his brother, 2 wild white boys. Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
But they're smart.
And America buys into that shit because they like Rocky Balboa.
Mm-hmm.
And they fight, and they're fucking tough.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with the Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul. I don't give a fuck. I fuck with them, but he definitely, officially, I would have said boxing is rigged. If he would have beat Anthony Joshua, I'd have gave up.
People saying, mate, was there a script? Oh, you're going to take it easier? No. When AJ had been out the ring for a year and the guy was moving around, so it took him a couple of rounds to get older. But see that right hand, you weren't playing. I mean,
that shit was Clubber Lane. Yeah, he blown glass jaw.
Respect to him. And anyway, we come off that fight, massive. I mean, all of a sudden we've got this new audience. Like women in America are like, oh no, who is this guy?
You know, this guy could be on All My Children soap opera.
It's like UK women are going, kidding me? You only just heard about Anthony Joshua, and they're like, yes. So we're on cloud 9, like we're flying, and then obviously he goes to Nigeria, has the crash, and it's just the roller coaster of life. That was brutal. His 2 best friends with him every day in camp. I mean, he lived with them. You know what I mean? And then it's so sad, you know. And AJ himself, you know, injured, busted a couple of ribs up, but more importantly, lost his 2 friends. So again, at a moment, I think stuff like that takes a long time to sink in, you know. You ever get over it.
You get depressed. I lost one of my best friends, my sister, my grandfather, same time. It took me 2 years. Real depression. Seeing that help and therapists.
Yeah.
Yo, Laurie, you know it's mostly women that go see therapists, right? You ever knew that? Every week I would go, it'd be 95%. I never seen another man. So when I used to go, and I was going in secrecy, because I'm really tough guy, Fat Joe at that time. And they got like these little rooms. I guess they all rent, and it's just women out there. And I was the only guy who would come every Wednesday to see the women. And shout out Barbara Messer, man. She helped me a lot, learn. And 30 years later, it was worth it. I still use what she taught.
You broke the mold. Now I'm sure there's you broke the mold because it's not all women now.
Oh, when I was going, and I would ask her, and she would say, not telling their business, she was like, it's all women with successful husbands who feel like they go out of town all the time and they doing their dues. It was just me and them. The women out there, they must have knew Fat Joe, because I was really, What's Love was like #1 in the world, and I'm going for therapy every week. And it was tough, but she taught me a lot of things, how to get help and all that. So it's very important that if, he's going through that emotionally, he should seek some help. You could be a big man and walk up in there and get some help. Therapy is very important for that, because some people deal with death. I was just talking to somebody I love today that her mother's dying, and I was just telling her she knows, she came to the funeral. I lost my mother and father and brother last year, 3 the hard way. And I told her, this cycle of life, that's actually is tragic that they're young and nobody knows how they're going to die. They died in a car accident. That circle of life, man, is coming for all of us. And so shout out Anthony Joshua, man. I hope he's all right, man. God bless his family. Top 5 greatest fighters of all time, and we can leave it at that. I mean, let me tell you about this podcast. It's the motherfucking Joe and Jada show, biggest in the world on Netflix. You know why? My partner's under the weather. I still shot it with him. Eddie Hearns gave us a 15-minute, 20-minute window. He was sitting there for an hour and a half. He loves this shit. He ain't going nowhere. Eddie Hearns, top 5 greatest of all time.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Leonard. That's my hero.
Sugar Ray was the man. That's your father.
Just a quick one on that. When I started with The Zone, we built all the punditry, the commentators, everything. And the first thing I said to him was, we need Sugar Ray Leonard. And we signed Sugar Ray Leonard to
as a commentator, that's the
he
right
probably
thing.
wasn't good enough to do it, but I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to meet him and sign him. And because he's unbelievable fighter. So Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, of course. Floyd Mayweather. Let's see. But I mean, Crawford. You're going to say Crawford?
Crawford.
Maybe. Do you know, the only thing with Crawford is he never got the chance to really fight the elite guys consistently because they never wanted to fight. He would have fought them.
But he fucked homeboy up. Won the elite fight. No, not Canelo, the other guy just before that.
Oh, Errol Spence.
Yeah, Errol Spence was good. Wasn't Spence?
No, but he was. I don't get me wrong. He was a good win, but he wasn't the fine. I don't think.
No,
not.
He was undefeated.
Crash and stuff like that. But listen, it was still an amazing win. But Crawford, I feel like he had so much more in the tank because he was that good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie number 5 with 3 or 4 guys. Crawford, Usyk, unbelievable fighter. Undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight. Evander Holyfield, one of my favourite fighters. He was a cruiserweight that went up to heaven.
I loved him and hated him.
He
beat up Mike Tyson. I went to the bathroom and cried.
You watched Riddick Bowe against Evander Holyfield.
No. And that's one of the greatest of all time. That fucking jab, that boy, oh my, I tell you, he punched me. He's in the tower. Queen Latifah chased me with a knife. Some of these guys, they want to prove I'm pussy. He punched me right in the rib. Boom, Queen Latifah chased me with a knife. This ain't that. That ain't this. It's the Royce Bob, guys. Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn. I ain't never heard of him. They said Jada gets you sick or whatever. That was a good one, man. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. He a cool guy, man. You can tell, like, from the beard, from the selective color sweater he got,
What you just said,
from all of that. Like, you really got to take all of that into consideration because that's some fly shit. From the beard, from his accent, I think he's from the UK. Then he said he a fighter. He don't even look like a fighter. Cool ass nigga. Natural T, cool guy. Nice sweater. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.